Good Sunday morning, and yes, it's time for the show previews for the Chateau de Mars Hill studio. And no, we did not get flooded, even though we are in Mars Hill and we have a floodplain. So my heart and prayers go out to those folks that are, suffering through this flooding. I went through this down in Morgan County when it seemed like the rain would not go above I-70, and this time it was above I-70, and we had that kind of catastrophic flooding where the bridges were dams and oh, it was wild. We had like 14 inches of rain at my house. My house was fine. My stuff was fine, but we had a lot of roads and things that were washed out. So that being said, someday we may get out of the Mars Hill floodplain. I've been working on it. I've been bugging the city, and they just don't care. They don't care. Well, then it floods and they care all of a sudden. They act like they care, but I've cared for a while now. 4 or 5 years. Been trying to get them to fix the floodplain out here, giving them all sorts of ideas on how to do it, and they don't care. So anyway, we have some shows this week. Well, actually, we don't have a show. We'll start out with what we don't have. Steve Whitty is actually traveling on Tuesday out to D.C., probably to meet with the Trump or something. I don't know what he's doing out there, but he's going to D.C. Who knows? I don't know what's going on. Maybe he'll talk about it later when he gets back on the air. But we won't have a show for him Tuesday at 8. Whitty Reviews is usually there. And Brad Sawinski, we have, let's do with the shows that we do have. Let's start with Church Pew Review. No, I'm going to save that till the end. So Brad Sawinski, the Rinse, and Drew, they're getting back on track they've been experimenting with some different guests and things. And it's been a little rocky, but you know what? They'll get through it. They'll get through it. I do not know what they have tonight. It might be just Drew. I don't know. They didn't let me know. Just watch the Rinse. It's a surprise for all of us. That's at 7:30 this evening on Sunday, this Sunday. And then no Whitty Reviews. But then 9 o'clock on Tuesday, we don't have a guest as of yet. But we might have one. We'll see what happens. So I don't know if you've followed along with my we had a Blythe Potter decided to go after Danny Anderson, a pastor, well-known, well-liked, lovable pastor of Emmanuel Church, which has 8 or 9 satellite churches. Blythe Potter took issue with something, sort of a joke that he said. Yeah, was it the best joke ever, the most appropriate joke? No. But was it worth getting a lecture from this person who actually lives in Bargersville and it lives in the area? Basically, I don't know, you be the judge. She basically attacked the whole church, not just Danny when she did this. But so I made a little video. She made a video about some comments Danny made. And I was actually at that service. That's a whole different story that I thought were just a little bit too much. So I made my own little video and put my own captions on there. And it's making the rounds now. So if you want to see it, you can go to any of my social media. I'm on there. But it finally got to the source. So here you go. Here it is. So I just got this morning, but apparently I got her attention. So, and then she's mad because, and I didn't block or I limit the comments. It was a total accident on how I posted it on what she saw, but you can sure see the comments on every place else I've posted this. So we're going to see if she takes the bait and comes on the Mouthwash Talk Show and talks about this stuff because, and Lisa said, well, you're just giving her added attention. Oh, I said, well, you know what? These folks just get on here and run their mouth and they don't think anyone's going to say anything and there's no pushback. And then they think they're correct. They're correct. They're the moral police. They're better than us. We're going to get lectured by them. And if we don't live by their standards, then we are a bunch of heathens. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, that is, hey, the show's, our schedule's open, Blythe. So if you call me a coward, let's see how cowardly you are. Let's see if you come on here. That's on the Mouthwash Show. That's good. You can come on any of them. You can come on Nicole Kapusinski's shows. She's had some struggles this week because her area was flooded. And she could not do a show Thursday because of the mess. I don't know if she was able to get on. I don't think even yesterday they were able to get things going. So it's a mess. And trust me, it takes a minute to get the water down and to get things straightened out. to see what roads got washed out. It's tough. It's a tough deal. We have to get through it. We have to get through these things and this flooding. And I'm just so uh, yeah, yeah. Nicole knows Blythe. A lot of people know. I've met her before. I've met her at Jesse Brown's birthday party downtown. I talked to her. She seemed nice and why she decided to. And I get it. I get it. You're supposed to call out these things as you get it, but the way that she did it and the way she used scripture, it was almost heresy or blasphemy or something like that because she used scripture. No, I don't know. I just was scratching my head, and I'm not the most versed by person in the Bible, but I know a little bit about it. And when you use the Bible as a sword on another pastor that doesn't want to be into politics, it can get a little dicey. So, and I know, and I can say this, in no way do I speak for Danny Anderson. I'm sure Danny Anderson tell me to shut up and not say anything, but sorry, Danny, sometimes somebody's got to say something. Sometimes we got to speak up to the demons that are out there that think that they're better than everybody else and that they're going to attack a church that has brought more people to Jesus than I can remember. It's like a Billy Graham crusade. The members of that church that have found solace and peace and wisdom in the Emmanuel Church. So anyway, we'll see what happens. You see, I've got the invitation out as of 6:45 to 6:56 or whatever this morning. So we're going to do that. So let's see. Yeah, I'm okay. We're good here. I mean, the Mars Hill flooding issue comes from up above us. It's got to have rain up above us. And our situation here is the water can't get out fast enough. So it just backs up. So we didn't have water up there. The water came from, up in the north and came down the White River. Now, if it does flood a lot and backs up into Mars Hill, then we could have an issue with some of the lower level. Now, my house is in Lafayette Heights. It's very much better up here in Lafayette Heights, which is Mars Hill, but it's just a different section. It's higher ground. The Art Center is down in the low ground. We are, I think, about 12 to 16 inches in the floodplain, the 500-year floodplain. We used to not be in it. There was a 100-year floodplain. That was not as big. But in 2018, our lovely government, FEMA, decided to go with a 500-year floodplain, which expanded into 600 houses. I've been trying to get us out of the floodplain for quite a while. And I got plans. I can help. All that. The city refuses. I've actually did a FOIA request with the city on the plans and what they're doing. And they basically sent me back some statutes that we don't have to tell you anything. We're 30% done. That was last spring. And I just sent an update and they said, oh, we're 60% done. It is just the smoke and mirrors that the city brings. It's just amazing how they can push you away and just hope you go away. And one of the reasons we started the Mouthwash Show is to be able to get information out that they don't want you to get, they didn't want you to ignore you. So I know Nicole, her shows are up there. She's on Thursday at 7. Hopefully she'll get some things, her internet and everything back together. And then the Veterans Show, the Veterans Coffee Show on Saturday at 9. I think that I think she should be able to get back on by then and have those shows. So tune in to all the shows. Church Pew Review, trying to decide what to do. I was going to go to Micah's church today, and I texted him and said, hey, are you preaching this week at your church? And he said, no, I'm next week. So I'll be doing that next week. I'll be doing that church. So I'm trying to think, maybe I go to the Free Methodist Church here in Mars Hill. I might go to Diversity, my home church. I have not been in a while. I went once since December because I had done a Saturday Adventist or a 7-day Adventist church, and it was on Saturday. So I was able to go to a different church. So I may take it off. I don't know. You don't know. And then I could always do Meet Me Under the Bridge. We serve the homeless folks down at Mission 27 every Sunday at 3 p.m. You're more than welcome to come down and volunteer. We have a little church service. We have a little, 5-8 minute sermon, and then we serve some food to our homeless friends on the street. I've been personally serving for about 8 years with them. And it's, you need to, come down, you can see how some people live and what some people have, depend on. So they depend on seeing us on Sunday and for a good little message. It's like a big homeless family type of thing. So and the people that serve, we all sort of get in there, and we always wonder, are we enabling? Are we actually helping? And we just sort of say we just love them where they are. So that's a whole another topic for a whole another day. But anyway, that's what we have. That's the things that we have here. Let's see what Justin's saying. Have you looked into Emmanuel's whatever that is, whatever that big word is, program? No, I have not. No, I have not. Justin, actually, are you going to church there today? I'll head down there. I'm going to miss the 9 o'clock, but I could go to the 11. But anyway, I was, I used to go there. I would led a small group and all that. So I know a little bit about the church and what's going on. So he's going to 11. Okay. It's a date. Justin, I'll see you at 11. Meet me out there by the water and the coffee. I'll see you out there. We'll go sit together. I always sit down in front. Hope you're not scared. So let's see. Here we go. Oh, sorry, I'm late. We're okay. I know we're in the Mars Hill's in the floodplain, but this ain't our monkey, ain't our circus this time. So all that water comes from up north of us, but we're okay because the White River's got to back up to get us, and it doesn't work that way. Our biggest problem here in Mars Hill, as I said earlier, was that our water can't get out quick enough, and the problem is if we try to make it go out quick enough, it will destroy some of the houses downstream, i.e. Kenny Warden, who's a house that I worked on 8 years ago. I don't know. His house was being swallowed by the creek. I had about a 20-foot drop off in the back of his house. It was about 3 feet from taking his foundation out, where the erosion from the water being increased over the years with parking lots and different things. Because back in the day, I know you just came on for show previews. You didn't want to get a lesson on flooding in Mars Hill, but I'm giving it to you anyway. So back in the day, there was not all this surface drainage. So when they add all this surface drainage, it makes more water that doesn't sink in, and it has to run somewhere. So it starts running through a creek that's not built for that. So that creek starts making its banks wider as it takes, that much water down there. So Kenny's house was being swallowed. So we got together. Me and a group of our friends and people over here in the neighborhood, we raised up some money for Kenny because they wanted $100,000 to fix it. And we got it together, and we raised about $4,500 to do this. And we told Kenny, I said, you guys, we got it covered. I got, Joe Fox, great guy, owns Marlin Crane, donated equipment. A K&K Trucking trucked the stone for us for free. We had, all sorts of people donate some money. We had a bake sale at the art center that raised about $1,500, and Kenny sold his stuff. It just was a great community project. We ended up fixing that thing for $2,100 and then ended up donating some money to a homeless shelter to pay their electric bill. It was just incredible. So so I have a little experience with this creek, and the creek gets angry, but we're okay. And I thank you for everybody, worrying about us, wondering about us, and all that. He's what? Oh yeah, that's a great question. That's a great. Why am I in jail? And now that you're on coming in from the YouTube feed, Matt, I am in jail. I put that back there for a reason. There is a reason, and the reason is that I got a notice from YouTube that we had some kind of community violations or something that I had to correct or fix or do something with. So I don't know what that was, but apparently we're still going through to YouTube. So I'll know. I'll keep you posted. But that's why I put the jail back there, because we're in YouTube jail somewhere, somehow, maybe in Indonesia or something. I don't know. But anyway, that's what we have. I got to take the wife to the airport now. She's going to be going down to Florida to relax. Her daughter and granddaughter coming down, and then I'm headed down for a little bit towards the end of the month. And that's about it. So let's see. We'll be doing one live show from Florida there on the 25th of August. Be live from Florida. So anyway, that is all we have today. You guys have a great Sunday. Go to church. Go to church. See you later. Bye.